So when I heard they were adding operations into Battlefield 6, I was very excited because operations were the best mode in Battlefield 1, and it, it was just an amazing mode. I mean, everything about it was great. So of course, hearing that they were going to bring it back, it had everyone hyped, and you actually play it, and it's like, what the fuck is this crap? I really don't think the mode holds a candle to BF1's operations in a single way. It really doesn't. And to be blunt about it and to get straight to the point, I think this mode is absolute shit. I think this is the biggest disappointment ever come out of this game so far. In like the 6 months or however months it's been since this came out, this is the biggest disappointment. Nothing that made operations good is present in this mode. It's just breakthrough. It's just breakthrough with a couple of half-assed cutscenes. That's all it is. And a couple people have told me this already. I already know people are gonna say, but this is what breakthrough has always been. Yeah. That's what they'll tell you. I've had a couple tell me that already. Oh, operations was always breakthrough. Okay, it kind of was. But the difference is, it's almost a copy paste of Breakthrough. There is no cinematic flair to this mode at all, unlike BF1's operations. And but you know, I mean, it's a modern video game. People don't want to hear that shit. People don't want to hear no valid criticism. They just want to accept whatever they're given. Basically, they don't care about none of that. They don't care about none of that because they're basically, and I hate to use this term because I find it so cringe, but they're a bunch of battle dads who just they're just one of those people who say, well, oh, I just want to relax after work, bro. I just want to relax after I get off of work, bro. Like I'm like, man, if you don't shut the fuck yeah, it's just a bunch of battle dads. You know, they just want to play a fun game after work, so they don't really give a shit about all that. They don't give a shit about all that. But hey, if that's what you want to do, fine. But stay out of the damn discussion whenever people are criticizing this shit. All right. But like I said, my main thing with this mode, my main beef with this mode is that there's no cinematic flair, unlike BF1's operations, right? BF1, you had storytelling elements, you had narration, you had those pre-battles that they would play during the round countdown to when the match would start. I fucking love those. They would like get you all hype and stuff. That's not there. The cutscenes are not there. They're not in Battlefield 6. Like I said, Battlefield 6's operations, Operation AUGUR, however the fuck you say it. Like I said, it's just half-ass cutscenes. It's basically like a map introduction type of cutscene rather than having the cutscene actually match the fucking mode. And it really just, like, I just hate this mode, man. I just hate the mode. Like, they could have done so much better than this as like a first impression, because I know they're gonna make, I think they said they're gonna make more operations on more maps in the future, but it's like you couldn't do a better first impression than this. Like, what the fuck? Like, you could I don't know. I just really think the mode is bad. I really think it's a disappointment, and I've even heard some say, "Oh, well, you care about cinematics and not gameplay." Look, Battlefield 6, there's nothing wrong with the fucking gameplay. There's nothing wrong with that. I've believed that since day one, since it released, that there's nothing wrong with the gameplay. Yes, I hate the fact that the gameplay itself feels like it has no weight compared to, and this goes for both BF6 and 2042. Both of these games feel like they have no weight to their movement, unlike BF3, BF4, BF1. Hardline, and 5. It feels like there's no weight. The animations are way too fast. It doesn't feel like you're playing as a soldier. Holy shit, that was a tripped over my words terribly there. Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're playing as a soldier. It just feels like you're playing as like I guess a regular person with like no gear on. Like it just feels like you're moving way too fast for what you're playing as, right? That's about the only thing I could really say about it. Besides that, the gameplay is fun as fuck. But it's still not a very good game. It's still not a very good game, but yeah, it's like the gameplay is already good enough. But if they had these, if they had the cinematic flair, if they had all of that stuff that made Operations good, then it would have been fucking great. It would have been this would have been probably the best mode in the game. But no, they decided to give us half-assed cutscenes, half-assed dialogue. It just feels half-assed. It just feels completely half-assed, and it just feels completely half-assed compared to BF1's Operations. But like I said, nobody cares about that. They just want to, if this makes sense, they just care about fun. That's all they care about, is just fun. They don't care about anything surrounding that. And I know obviously it makes no sense, because it's like, okay, the game is fun, so why is it a problem? Yeah, it's fun, but it's like, I just care about everything surrounding that. Like, yes, the mode is fun, but I do not care if it's fun. BF1 Operations was still better at the end of the day. And I really do hope that they can improve this mode in the future, because it's, I don't know, like I just really hope they can improve it and see what made BF1's Operations so good and put it into this game, because it's not, it really wasn't that fucking hard. It really wasn't that fucking hard. Like, we all know how BF1 Operations was. I don't understand why this is so half-assed. And it's just so half-assed. The whole game feels half-assed, but that's another video for another day. Yeah, the entire mode is just half-assed, and honestly, the mode pissed me off so bad to the point where I don't know. It might sound a bit pathetic of me to say this, but this mode pissed me off so bad. I actually uninstalled 6 and I went back to BF1 just to, for the operations and stuff. Not only because BF1 is just a better game than BF6 in general, but because I wanted to go back and see how great the operations were compared to this dog shit, this half-ass shit. like it really made me like, I don't think a game has ever done that. I don't think a multiplayer game has ever done that to me before, man. Where it's like an update pisses me off so bad that I just go back and I reinstall an earlier iteration just to relive how good it was. Just a terrible fucking mode. But again, the fanboys don't want to hear that. The fanboys don't want to hear that because apparently BF6 is immune to criticism now, right? You had all these people, I swear to God, the entire Battlefield fan base, I swear to God, literally everybody, pre-release. I remember this from summer of last year. I remember this. It was around when the beta was coming out. Everybody was cautious. Oh, no pre-orders. Remember, no pre-orders. And now you have, it's just like the entire fan base thinks that EA and DICE can do no wrong. And I keep on fucking asking people this, and I don't get an answer. How did we go from, remember, no pre-orders to this? How did we go from people telling each other not to pre-order the game to everyone like, oh yeah, thank you DICE, thank you EA, you guys made an amazing game. It's like, dude, okay, they made one good game. Why are y'all acting like everything is fine? Why are y'all acting like everything is fine? They can fuck this up at any moment. Matter of fact, they already have fucked it up. Putting server browser and naval warfare in a goddamn roadmap when BF4, and a bunch of other Battlefield games had this shit at launch. BF4 had a server browser at launch. BF4 had naval warfare at launch. On the Shanghai map, they had this shit at launch, but they don't want to hear that either. These fanboys don't want to fucking hear that either. BF6 was broken at launch. BF6 was broken at... Man, look. I wasn't old enough to play BF4. I wasn't old enough at that time. I was still a really young kid, right? I was like 7 or 6 at the time, something like that. So I wasn't old enough to experience that. But even if that was the case, why does that matter? Like, I've never understood that argument. Oh, it was broken. Oh, they got these rose-tinted glasses on. It was broken that long. Okay, but why the fuck does that matter now? What relevancy does that have now? So what? Like, maybe I'm the dumbass when it comes to that. I just don't understand that argument. I really don't. I've never understood that. I've seen that in the past few months a lot, and I just don't understand why that's relevant. What does that have to do with anything now, man? But shit, man, yeah. This mode was just a complete fucking disappointment. Pissed me off. Pissed me off. And I honestly hope that they can improve this mode down the line. And please look at what BF1's operations did so well, and put that into 6 for fuck's sake. Please, it's not that hard to see why everyone loves BF1 operations so much. It's not that hard. Alright, man. But yeah, this mode was half-assed. The mode is not that good. The mode is overrated as fuck. This entire fan base has been taken over by a bunch of battle dads that don't even give a fuck about everything that makes Battlefield. They just care about fun gameplay, which it doesn't make sense when I say that, but like I said, if you really think about it, it'll start to make sense, I promise you. They don't care about none of that. And not a lot of people in general call out enough just how much style Battlefield has lost over the years when it comes to, like, a lot of things, like the cinematicness of the games themselves. The loading screens. You remember how they used to have loading screens? They used to hype you up with the music. Just a whole lot of style that Battlefield used to have. A whole lot of aura, as my generation loves to say. Yeah, Battlefield lost all of that, and it couldn't be more apparent with BF6. But that's another video for another day, because I got a lot that I need to say about that. Because oh my god, yeah. But yeah, in conclusion, this mode is half-assed. This mode is overrated. The fan base has been taken over by a bunch of battle dads, and even with that, I really do hope that they can improve this mode down the line, because if they don't, then shit.